So hello everyone and welcome to the channel. My name is Nick and this is for District, and in today's video I'm actually going to show you guys different upgrades that you can fit on most of the cars in this game. Sort of a list with the upgrade that you can never go wrong with on more than like 50+% of the vehicles in this game. I took a random vehicle that I thought would actually be a good fit for what I'm trying to do, so let's get started. How about we go to different Los Santos castings though? Let's see. Where was it? Oh yeah. Perfect. You got over here, not because of any other reason other than the fact it's my favorite LSC, so here we are. Alright, so the first thing we gotta do is pretty much look into all the upgrades. Alright, we got the armor, the chassis means what? Okay, the removal of this line. Usually when I do cars such as this, I like to look up online and figure it out if I can make it look just as the same as I see online, but this is not the case. I'm gonna try something different. Okay, so we can also change this thing around the headlights, that trim around the headlights, which is gonna be different if this one gets removed. Oh, never mind, actually, that's... How about... I don't gonna mess with that. We don't need brakes. Front bumper. Alright, this is one of the things that you can never go wrong with when it comes to making a classic car, is gonna be adding front bumpers. You have few options in here, you just gotta find the one that fits the car the most. That is, of course, according to you, but you're gonna wanna make sure it blends in with the rest of the bud lines. So this one right here, I don't know what it really is, but it ain't really much. It doesn't look bad, however, but I don't want it. This one doesn't look like it's been factory installed. So I'm just gonna go with this one. For the back. Oh, not bad for the back. Alright, so this right here is supposed to be a vent. I don't know if there's supposed to be some like a fan or something here in the trunk, or this is just there for any other purpose, but a bumper wouldn't hurt. This one would also look good, I'm not gonna lie, but I think I'm gonna go for this one. Now this is a race car, alright, it's supposed to be a race car. So there's upgrades that you might want to put down and upgrades that you might want to leave. A roll cage, huh? Well, a roll cage is always welcome. And better seats. Engine, yeah, all good. Grill. Everything here is optional, but the same. Okay, let's just show it. Let's just go. Everything here is optional, but at the same time, it can actually change the way a car looks. So, long story short, the upgrades that you're most likely going to look into when it comes to making a car look good, regardless of the model, is going to be front bumper, back bumper, body lines, and that is if that's an option. If not, you're gonna look for skirts on the side, exhaust tips, and the position of where you want the tips to be: sides, back, above if it's a pickup truck or whatever. You just gotta find the perfect one that works with the rest of the build. So getting back to what we're doing, a removal of this wouldn't really be that big of an issue, but the question is, what do we replace them with? Full on this. Just some ornaments, by the way. I want this. It's not too racy, but it looks cool. Hood. You can expose it. I guess that's for racing. You can have this. Well, these accessories right here, I think, no. Tab? No. Because, yeah, that's how you zoom in. Okay. Now, you have these right here. Those are straps. I was about to call them something else. Well, these right here are just design. They don't really do anything, but they look cool. I think if you apply those, you can no longer open the hood, even though this engine block looks gorgeous. It's actually one of the very few engine blocks that's finished. on such a car, especially in GTA. But I'm gonna stick with these because they are cool, rather than not having them at all. Lights, headlights. I'm not gonna mess with those. Not now. I want to change them to something else. I want to make them to be closer to what they should have been. All right, liveries. Liveries are give or take. For the most part, liveries are not something I put on my cars just because those cars they put liveries on don't really turn out to look that great with them. Especially a racing livery, like very hard to find a good racing livery in GTA. This is a classic. I'm not gonna go with any liveries for now. Maybe either this, or this. No, 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 no. So it's the third, fourth, fifth. Maybe. I'm gonna go with this. Mirrors, just like any other part, are optional. If you keep them stock, nothing wrong with that, they look cool. For the most part, I like to get upgrades that fit the car. It doesn't matter if it looks authentic or not. When you make a build, it doesn't have to reflect the real life version of it too much. It doesn't have to feel like it too much. You can play around with it. So having them here would look just as good. Having them over here, not a big problem. But I think I'm gonna stick with the stock ones, at least for now. Plate. Nothing to change there. Primary color, trim color. What would the trim change? Okay. So you can actually get custom color inside. That's for something for later, spoilers. So you have the same catches, to say so. The trunk straps, I'm gonna put them there too just because they look cool. Suspension. Again, this is a race car and I'm pretty sure it would actually help if it'd be higher up. Transmission, we got it. Turbo, we got it. This is a modded car, by the way. That's why we got those already. Performance upgrades are installed by default. Wheels, I would personally keep these just because they have a very unique design. And any other wheels that I would want to put on wouldn't really have it. And definitely not this thing right here that's going on. But I'm just gonna show you guys what you can actually get if the wheels of your car that you tune in are just as muscle as this, because the thing is, the wheels for this would be from a muscle category that would actually fit according to how GTA made these categories. So it would be something like this, like this maybe. These should work too. Also these, or these. Yeah, these do. But these are unique. It's very important if you want to make a card to look good to have some parts on it that are unique, something that's not copycat, something that's not just like everyone else's. You of course cannot change the color, but I don't know why I would want to mess with chrome because it looks great. Tires design, nope. Window tints. Window tints is a thing I don't really like, especially in classics. So I'm not gonna mess with those. I don't think this car has exhaust range. And now mirrors, let's try those again. Stock ones are looking the best. Livery, no, this one looks better. Okay, now color, respray primary color. You know, I think I'm gonna keep this color because it looks awesome in my opinion. Burleson. Okay, trim color. It doesn't really bother me on black, so I'll just keep it black. Alright, this is our first car. This is what it looks like. So the upgrade that you can put on most cars and make them look good would be front bumper, back bumper, skirts, and of course maybe something like a half cage if you're going for a racing car kind of look, and maybe a livery, something that doesn't scream "look at me" would be preferable. Alright, so next car I have in mind would be the GTR. Where is the GTR? Here it is. LG Retro. Now I'm actually going to tune this car using a... I don't know, should I use the mod menu to tune it, or should I actually get to Benny's? Because this car has actually got a lot of upgrades. So I want to see if there is any good. Well, the good part about this car is that you can turn it into so many things. So whatever you would do to it, unless you put white walls on it or whatever other kind of crap that doesn't even look JDM, not even remotely, would pretty much look good in it. Okay, and I cannot really... Can I insure it in here? Yeah. If I can insure it, I can turn it into Benny's. Okay. Alright, so again, we gotta check armor. Okay, brakes, we got them, bumpers, front bumpers. Usually, I want to go for something that's not really outstanding, something that blends in with the body lines that the car came with. So, I'm not gonna try too much, definitely not these. Bumper mash. Okay, let's go for a bit of a race-like look. Gonna try this. Intercoolers, we definitely need a bigger one. And water thingy in there. Water cooled fenders. So over here, huh? Okay, you can have sort of like a half body kit on it. I think it's supposed to turn into sort of an R33, I think. Maybe this thing. I'm not gonna mess with any of those. I'm actually gonna get back to those chassis upgrades to see if I can fit the body kit somehow. Make it fit. Oh, I can actually make it white, just like the secondary. I go with silver. Cam cover. Exposed. Structure. Engine tuned, okay. Structure. What if I go for this one instead? Okay. What about carbon fiber? Carbon fiber should do. Perfect. Exhaust. Something minimalistic, and the grill. Alright, hit accessories. I'm not gonna mess with those yet. I wanna make sure that both colors are the same. Interior trim design. Oh. I don't think trim color. Black. Perfect. Dash. Honestly, I'm just gonna keep it stock on the inside. Nope. But I know what I can do to modify it level and make it look good. It's gonna be this. Doors. No. I want to see them from the outside. Okay. Board seats. Hey, steering wheel. Way too racy, I would say. So no. Nah, I think I want to stick with this, or maybe not. It's still way too racy in my opinion. Okay. White roll cage. So we have half cage, full cage, almost full roll cage. We have the mapped one. Alright, so we got a few options in here, but since it's not a race car, I'm not trying to turn it into a race car too much. I'm just gonna stick with like half cage because it looked cool. But it's so optional. Headlights, keep them stock. Livery, not before color. Later spray primary color. Crew. Okay, secondary color. Crew. Perfect. So livery. This livery works on this car because the color is like super dark and the livery is quite minimalistic, to say so. It doesn't have much on it. It looks like a wrecked up car, like a wrecked up race car, and rusted too. But no plates. The best one would be to remove it, but I just want to put it there. Or maybe... Nah, I'm gonna remove it. Better if I remove it. License plates. Get this and make it black. Spray primary color, no. Rim. Stone silver because it matches with the other gray. Crew emblem, no thanks. Roof accessories. No roof. Skirts. Some extensions over here, I see. Not a fan, I'm gonna keep them stock. Spoiler, I wanna get something that looks like a GTR, and that's gonna be this. For the GTR, the best options would be either this. Those are the ones that look GTR-ish the most. Suspension. If it's lower, it wouldn't be bad, but not too much. I'm gonna go sport, so competition with a difference ain't huge in kind of the lower cars. Okay, tuner. Now I want the wheel from somewhere else. I want a different kind of wheel. Perfect, and the color is already the right one. Gold. Tires design. Okay, let's go to respray, primary color, pearlescent, galaxy blue, midnight blue. You know, the galaxy blue kind of gives it that GTR-like color, because the purple GTR, the one that comes factory purple, is supposed to have sort of a purple-ish kind of color that has some blue accents. So I think I'm gonna keep it to see what it looks like in the sunlight. And this is going to be it, I guess, with this car. Oh yeah, the blue doesn't look bad at all. Now the color is very questionable for many, I would say, but I don't dislike it. So what do we have here that we can fit on most cars? We have the wheels. We have again bumper upgrades, back bumper upgrades, a spoiler, interior upgrade like seats, and a bit of dash work. And let's not forget about roll cage. Most cars, regardless if they're race cars or not, nowadays Rockstar is actually going to fit them with a roll cage, with a spoiler, with stuff like hood catches and so on. It's up to every single one of you to figure out what you guys want to do with the cars. Figure out which of the upgrades are actually the ones you think look good. But these are going to be it for this car. So let's get the new one. I got that one over there. It would be a good thing actually if I get them together, because then I'm gonna forget about those. So let me fix that real quick. And here we are. We have our second contestant, our second car. Alright, now for the third one, I don't really know what I want to do. I want to try something maybe that doesn't look that great and it's not that easy to tune in. Alright, so let's see. Hell. What should I get? What should I get? I honestly don't know. I'm actually gonna try this Sterling GT. Alright, so here we have it, the Sterling GT. Perfect car. Let's get to the tuning part. Okay, let's see. Armor we have, brakes we got it, bumpers. So you can remove it to turn into a race car, but we're not gonna do that because we're gonna keep this one, even though you can turn into a race car quite easily. We actually trying to keep it as close as possible to a road legal one. I'm just gonna get these because they're cool. I'm not really useful or anything. Good. Okay, whoever actually designed this shit, I don't know if it's actually for any other purpose than just looking cool, looks like dog shit. Light, no livery. Okay, they all race liveries. I'm not gonna try to mess with those because this is not really gonna be a race car. It might. I'm gonna get the white plate, respray, crew, no. The color that's gonna be metallic. And could be a color that actually fit. We don't need any of that. Not for now at least. Metallic. Alright, secondary color. Lol. Galaxy blue. Crew color, no. Crew emblem, my bad. Pearlescent. Okay, don't think there's any pearl that can make this look good. Actually, Graphy is pretty okay. Perfect. And now livery. Nope, okay. Plate or spray or okay. Okay. Yeah, this is actually an example of stuff you shouldn't be putting on cars. Yeah, back wheel. This is all race set up in here, so I'm trying to keep it as grounded as possible. Wait, I'm actually... Yeah, I'm trying to keep it as grounded as possible. Okay, I think that can hear me alright. I hope so at least. Alright, wheel type, wheel color, wheel type, muscle, these. Nope, okay. Windows, no. Well, this is gonna be it. Okay, I was like, where did the GTR go? So these are our cars. 3 of them. Let me fix that a little bit. The extra gloss. Perfect. And same on this one. Alright. These are the cars. We got Mercedes, a Nissan, and a Ford. They all from different classes. They're all supposed to be different cars and fit in different classes. So, first one right here is a very old both a race car and very expensive masterpiece of German engineering. This car actually has also street version, not just race versions, that are also pretty rare to find nowadays. This one right here is supposed to be all car guys' favorite, the GTR. And we have a Forgotten in Time, because I don't really remember what kind of Ford this is, to be honest. A race car. So this will have the engine on. Do they all have though? No, only this. Alright. So we have 3 different cars. We have the Ford, we have the GTR, and we have the Mercedes. What's up with all of them? Well, every single one of them has something in common. Front, back, and side upgrades. Wheels, skirts, exhausts in some cases, most cases, interior upgrades such as roll cage, seats, dials, dashboard, and the same goes for all of them. And of course, liveries. Also tire design, different models for those rims, plates that you can put on the cars. Even the plate matter. Everything matters. Alright, so getting back to where we started with all this, I gotta say, the most important upgrades are gonna be skirts, are gonna be the bumpers, and are gonna be the wheels. If you can figure those ones out, you're pretty much good to go, because anything else is just extras, to say so, that you kind of have to find a way around to make them fit the build and blend in with the body lines of the car. Meaning that even though I have a big intercooler here, it actually fits because of the opening, it fits because of the rest of the car, which is supposed to be sporty. This one right here, on the other hand, is supposed to be both sports car and race car, and it's supposed to be classy on top of it. Classy as in to look in a certain way. Back in the days when these cars were like rolling the racetracks, everyone was actually having these body lines, like trying to be sleek but at the same time quite elegant, I would say, especially given the amount of chrome put onto them. Where the GTR here just tried to be sporty for the most part, and it was the kind of car that had the capped, I would say, top speed and performance. All you had to do was just tweak it a little bit by changing a few parts. It was meant to be that way. And right here we have a legend, a Silver Arrow. This one, however, ain't at silver because it got a paint job, a wonderful paint job. It looks great in my opinion. And I don't think this is actually close enough to color that was actually supposed to be featured on the real version of the car, but it's just looking good, so why not? Even though these cars are completely different from each other, are from different eras, they're all sharing the same, I don't even know what to call it actually. The same formula, I guess. The same recipe. You pretty much get wheels, suspension, you lower it a little bit in some cases, or you keep it all the way up if it's maybe like an off-roader, or maybe it's the car that's supposed to be all the way up for some reasons. Even though the closer you get to the ground, the less air you get to pass underneath, which is actually good for like stability on the road. All of them are sharing upgrades like exhausts, front and back bumpers, skirts, as I already said I think twice already since I bought these cars. But yeah, if you know this, you're pretty much good to go, as am I with this video. So I hope you guys liked it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good one, and bye bye.